Hello. Welcome to the race recap. Now, last year, I called this the podcast. I had myself and Joseph Adams with me. It's Jackson, Wasting Robin, whatever you want to call me. It's fine. Basically, I wanted to recap what happened at Temple Canyon this year in 2018. I have to solo cast it this time because my partner doesn't. Well, he doesn't. When it comes to it, he doesn't want to really do this anymore. Anyways, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but Temple Canyon, it's done and dusted. This is the Thursday. This is like a week late. I wanted to do it last week, but unfortunately, I just didn't have the time. So yeah, let's talk about it. First and foremost, I think the biggest news out of Temple Canyon was the new record set by Jimmy Ford. At least that's what the biggest news was, in my opinion. Yeah, Jimmy Ford set a new sportsman record, which was awesome. He kind of got lucky. It had been raining all morning, and it was a super tacky road. At least that's what I was hearing. I don't get to drive, obviously. But I feel like that was the biggest story. He also won the stock car division, which he's picking up where he left off, winning the stock and sportsman divisions. But also a big deal with that class was they had 9 entries for a sportsman class. That was really great to see because recently it's been 4 or 5 sportsman cars, and it was good to see a bigger field, I guess. Kind of like, I would say a little bit of this. It's kind of like as big as the super sprint division. Anyways, yeah, segue into that, the super sprint division. Todd Cook, I feel like he dominated all weekend. That's what it seemed like anyways. Jay Stewart was close. Rodney O'Malley got third in that class. Rodney O'Malley got third in that class. But Todd Cook ended up walking away with his 10th victory from Temple Canyon. That's a lot. That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins. Speaking of a lot of wins, I'm kind of... I don't know, this is the first race recap that I'm doing by myself, so I'm not really sure how I want to format it. You could let me know, I guess, what I could do better. That would really help me. But yeah, moving on to the comp truck division. Let's just go to comp truck. I'm just bouncing all over the place, man. We had 5 or 6 entries. I'm looking at it right now. We had Jimmy Olsen, Dustin McNeil, Tim Walker, and the 2 Myers, right? Yeah, that was it. So 5 entries. Unfortunately, on Saturday, David Meyer blew up his engine, put a hole in his block. I think, yeah, put a hole in his block, which put him out for the day. And that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's racing. He'll probably be back. He's the president. He'll probably be back. Yeah, the comp truck division, Jimmy Olsen actually had an issue with his T case on Saturday, which didn't allow him to get a run. He got a start, but he didn't get a finish. He had a DNF. So he his first run on Sunday, he ended up covering everybody and ended up taking the win, which was it was interesting to see. I mean, I know no one's a joke in that class, so it was impressive to see that Jimmy Olsen was able to take the win. Where do we want to move? Talked about that. Let's move on to quads. Why not? That's what I'm looking at. Not too many quads this weekend. At least not as many as we've seen in the past. There were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so. Yeah, 5 or 6. It looks like What does it look like? Sorry, I'm just going back and forth. Oh no, we had 5 quads. Tyler Portillo won that class with a 3:30, which is actually, that's really quick. That was one of the quicker times of the weekend. Covered a majority of the field. What time am I at right now? Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, perfect. An introduction this year to a different class. We had the UTV Division. So basically, this is your side-by-side class, your razor class. Basically, the rules of the class are it's got to be a side-by-side when it comes down to it. It gets a little more technical than that, but basically it's got to be a UTV side-by-side, whatever. You know, your razors, I don't even know, is there? Yeah. Right, your razors. There are only 2 in this division. I think we're working on trying to get that car count up a little bit more in that division. We had Mike McGee and Ray Robinson. So Mike McGee has a turbo and Ray Robinson doesn't. So Mike McGee took that win by a handed amount, but that's not to say anything against Ray Robinson. He did what he could with what he had. So yeah, and we had actually a pretty decent rally turnout. We had the Rally Light division, which had 4 people in it, which might be about what it's maxed out at before. I'm not sure. Anyways, Steve Biss took the win there in his Salto Motorsports sponsored car. He is Salto Motorsports. That's funny. He did a 3:39.86. So that was he kind of just had it the whole weekend. That's what I would say. He was kind of just leading everybody the whole weekend. Yeah, it was good to see 4 rally cars. We had a full podium this time. It was good to see them out at Temple Canyon. For Rally Turbo, we had 6 entries, which is a lot, but I'm not surprised that we had that many. I mean, Rally Turbo's kind of been a good class since the split of light and turbo. We had, I think, Kingsley qualified first. I believe that's what happened. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. But we had James Koch taking the win with a 3:24.78, which it's not a new record, but it was a good win. Good win for him. And he's on his way to get another points championship. Superstock Truck. We talked about the open comp trucks. Jonathan Meyer was getting a little bit of double practice. He was doing both the competition truck and the Superstock Truck. I think that helped him out a little bit. It put him in 3rd out of the class. There were 4 in the class. I think there will be maybe a couple more showing up later in the season. We'll see how that turns out. But his 00 truck ended up taking the win. Wow, I'm not even familiar with his name. I feel bad now. He did a 3:49.50. It's that the truck. I forget who owned it before, but I haven't seen it in a long time. It's good to see the truck division being strong. Since before it was just basically 2 trucks, one in comp and one in Superstock Truck. It's good to see a variety of trucks. I'm sure the fans enjoy it. I heard there was a decent amount of fans on the course this weekend, this past week, the Temple Canyon weekend. Yeah, it was good. For champ cars, we actually had 3 of them this weekend, as they're going by in my video. We had Brady Jr., Hardman, and Pierce. Hardman and Pierce, Kobe Pierce and Brian Hardman had to go to a circle track race on Saturday, so they left a little early. but didn't deter them from taking the win. Kobe Pierce took the win with a 3:28, I believe. Yeah, 3:28. That's actually really quick for a champ car. I was impressed by that. But it was a close race between all three of them. It was good to see more than just one champ car show up, because before it would be just Kenny Brady Jr. just showing up. It's good to see another couple champ cars show up, and I hope they continue to show up. I don't know if they will. They kind of prioritize sprint car racing over CHCA anymore, but it is what it is. Not gonna harp too much on it. For rally two-wheel drive, I was talking about rallies and I got distracted. We had an interesting variety of cars, I'll say. We had a Ford Mustang and a bunch of other, and then like a Saturn. It was just a variety of cars. It was a really interesting class to watch. But taking it would be Ryan McLaughlin, continuing his reign or dominance of the Rally two-wheel drive division with a 3:34.91, which was that's pretty quick for a rally car, a two-wheel drive at least. Hard to gain traction with two-wheel drive and like 400 horsepower. It's hard to do that. But it was definitely an interesting class to see. And before we get into the other, there's three more divisions I want to talk about. We had the motorcycles, which unfortunately, I don't know why, but only one motorcycle showed up to compete at this division. I hope that more show up. I don't know if they will, but for Monarch, I'm hoping we see at least three motorcycles. One and then plus two. But it was Travis Newble. He did a 3:32, which was insane. That's insane to do on a motorcycle. I don't even want to know. I didn't want to try to do that. I didn't want to attempt to do that. But we had also the exhibition division. We're down to two divisions. We had the exhibition division, which had a familiar face, Wally Dallenbach Jr., the NASCAR commentator, driver, whatever you want to say. Great guy. He showed up and drove Paul Dallenbach's car, his brother, and he did pretty well. He finished second in exhibition with the 3:21, but it couldn't be beat by Spencer Steele. Or it was beat by Spencer Steele at a 3:11, and Chip Griffith finished third out of the 5 competitors that were in the exhibition division. It was good to see Wally Dallenbach Jr. He hasn't driven for, I would say, like, maybe, 2000, maybe like 8 to 10 years. I don't know exactly when the last time he drove CHCA was. It was probably Land's End, a while ago. A lot has changed since then. But it was good to see him back. Hopefully he'll stay. It's good to see him there. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say about it. I feel like I'm talking too much about it. Lastly, we had the Open Comp division. This was a very competitive division. Paul Dallenbach took the win and has the points lead. It was a 3:10.05 from him and a 3:14.09 from Spencer Steele. Chip Griffith, I think this is his first podium in the Open Comp division. He did a 3:30.86, which beat out Jay Stewart for third place. And we had 3 big V8s take the podium for the Tumble Canyon Hill Climb. Let's go over points leader real quick. We had Steve Biss take the points lead. Jimmy Ford take the points lead in stock car. Steve Biss for highlight. Jimmy Ford for stock car. James Cook for Rally Turbo. Paul Dallenbach for Open Comp. Curtis, I don't know his first name. I feel bad. For Superstock Truck. Tyler Portillo for quads. Mike McGee for UTV Division. Kobe Pierce for Champ Car. Todd Cook for Super Sprint. Jimmy Olsen for Comp Truck. Jimmy Ford again for Sportsman. Ryan McLaughlin for Rally two-wheel drive. Travis Newbold for motorcycle, and exhibition doesn't have points, so we don't count those. But I think that's it for the race recap. I don't know how else to... I don't know, maybe I'll talk a little bit more about storylines next time. I don't really want to extend over 15 minutes with this one. with this type of series, the race recaps. But I think that's it, right? We're working on a site for a racers meet at Monarch. It's in the process of getting set up right now. Hope to see everyone at Monarch. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and